PEI is one of the provinces in Atlantic Canada that is friendly with international students and lenient with international students when it comes to PR pathways. And PEI is certainly one of the reasons why you should move to Atlantic Canada. Hello everyone, this is Ricey, and in this channel, we help you move to Canada successfully via study permit. PEI has got three main streams for international students. The first one is the international graduate streams, the second one is the job in demand, and the third one is the Atlantic Immigration Program, or the AIP. The international graduate stream of PEI has got various eligibility factors, which I would say are pretty normal and not restrictive. The first one is that you should have a full-time job offer. And in this job offer, it does not necessarily say it must be in a certain tier or it must be a certain job position. There is no such restriction on such job offer. The restriction on the job offer only is that it must be a full-time, non-seasonal job. The second one is that you should have finished a school or a program in a DLI institution in PEI. You hold a PGWP permit or the postgraduate work permit. You must have your English proficiency, either of English or in French, and you are able to perform your job as per the employer. You must have the financial ability to sustain your living and your family's living in PEI. And the last one, which is very important really, and every single province that has got such kind of PR pathway has got this same eligibility factor, which is your genuine intention to live in PEI. As I mentioned, the reason that I believe that this pathway is the most lenient amongst all the three pathways is because of this non-restriction on tier code, on NOC code, or even experience. In these eligibility factors, they do not say that you should have worked in your job to be sponsored for 6 months, which is an eligibility factor in Manitoba. But in PEI, this is not. In New Brunswick, there is an eligibility factor wherein it says you should have a 1-year experience in the job offer that you are offered with by the company. But in PEI, it does not say that. It does not say that you should have 1 year or 12 months of work experience in your job offer. And the reason that I believe that this PR pathway is certainly lenient for international students. I have not seen any other province in Canada that has got so lenient and not so restrictive PR pathway. The only province that I would say that is comparative is Manitoba. But even then, with Manitoba, they require 6 months of working in the job position before you can apply for PR pathway. In PEI, there's none. They don't do that. They don't say that. I actually did publish a video about the various PR pathways in Manitoba, which is this video, and I urge you guys to watch it so that you get to truly understand which province is better suited for you in terms of cost, living, and lifestyle, and PR pathways. The second easy pathway for international students in PEI is the AIP, or the Atlantic Immigration Program. The beautiful thing about AIP is that there are various companies from across the Atlantic region that are designated under AIP. Therefore, if you receive a job offer from any AIP company, whether it be in New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, or Newfoundland and Labrador, you are qualified to be employed in such a job. There are eligibility factors as well, and these eligibility factors are: it should be a full-time job offer. It should not be a seasonal job offer. At least 1 year in duration. It's a permanent position. And the skill level of the job should be the same or higher than the work experience of the candidate. As you notice, there again is no restriction on tier code or NOC code or job title or even industry. So this program or this pathway makes it a truly friendly pathway for international students. If you are thinking of moving to Canada or even Atlantic Canada as an international student, connect with us. That's info@questcanadaca.com, or visit our website. That's questcanadaca.com, and there are various downloadables there that are free and hopefully can help you jumpstart your journey in your desire or your goal of moving to Canada. Amongst all three pathways, the occupation in demand is the strictest or the hardest pathway for international students. The main reasons are because there are many eligibility factors to it. There is a restriction on job description, there are restriction on industry, there are restriction on experience, and of course your genuine intention to live in PEI. It is not as a flexible or versatile as AIP. We're in with AIP, if you get or receive a job offer from any province in the Atlantic, you get to live in that province, and there isn't really that restriction wherein you should live in that province as long as the contract is effective. You can resign from the job if you do dare desire to move to another company or move to another province. So that's the flexibility and versatility of AIP as compared to this job in demand where there are many restrictions. Now, the beautiful thing about it is that the international graduate stream should certainly your number one priority. AIP could well certainly be your second or even your first priority as well, and your third priority, being an international student, should be the occupation in demand. I know many of you who are watching this video have considered and certainly have got your first priority to move to Canada as a work permit, on a work permit, or as a landed permanent resident, which is certainly ideal. That's certainly the best way to move forward, and you should strike that possibility. But the thing is, if you have been waiting for that job offer, for that nomination in the province, or that federal express entry invitation to apply for 6 months and over, you should consider a different pathway, because 6 months is a long time to wait. You have to remember, time is priceless. Time moves. Time, the moment it passes, you cannot get it back. You cannot earn time back, but you can always earn money back. So do not waste much more time waiting. You have to create that future. You have to decide on what is the next step to take on the future that you want to live in. If you have been waiting for 6 months and over for that express entry draw, then maybe it's time for you to move forth and move forward to another direction. And study permit could well be your pathway to moving to Canada.